Victoria Hollins there. Now, if you've wanted to trace your family history and your ancestors weren't members of the Church of England 400 years ago, you may find trouble finding their records because the births, deaths and marriages of people who refused to be C of E weren't noted. So their details, well, they could be anywhere. But now thousands of names have been brought together and are just a click away. Mark Ashdown reports.
We all sometimes wonder who we are and where we came from. At the London Metropolitan Archives, it can mean endless poring over faded photographs and indecipherable text. For some, it's even harder. In the 17th and 18th centuries, anyone who refused to subscribe to the Church of England was effectively ostracised. These non-conformists didn't have their births, deaths or marriages recorded by the Church. For centuries, they've been scattered all over the place. Until now, if you wanted to access these non-conformist records, you'd have to come here to London and physically trawl through about 80 kilometres worth of archive. Now they're available anywhere in the world at the click of a button, meaning potentially years' worth of research can be done in a matter of minutes. 224,000 names have been collated in the same place online for the first time.
If you've got a non-conformist ancestor, you won't find evidence of what they did in the standard records, perhaps in the Anglican Church records or the civil records. So these represent perhaps the only opportunity you'll find to find out about ancestors who may have been Methodists or Unitarians or Quakers or something like that.
They also tended to be free thinkers and reformers, artists, authors or entrepreneurs. They lived, worked and worshipped outside of the mainstream Anglican beliefs and were punished for it.
Well, certainly in the 17th century they were persecuted as a minority. The state was very suspicious of non-conformists. They were sometimes also known as dissenters, people who dissented from the established norm.
So quite important in our history.
That's right. It very much defined who they were and sometimes defined where they could go to university, to school, and the type of professions they did.
I feel like Indiana Jones.
And lost treasure is what Rick Glanville spent 20 years searching for, the missing black hole in his family history.
Glanville, look, there it is. Amazing. Family grave of W.T.N.R. Glanville.
So
Oh, there is.
This is who? This would be
This is Thomas Glanville. This is my 3 times great-grandfather.
And without the online records, he might have stayed here, undiscovered forever.
It's an overlooked and really valuable aspects of family history research.
And it'll make life far easier for budding genealogists to uncover their heritage.
One thing I do know is it's full, so there's no space for me.
Mark Ashdown, BBC London News.